Hey everybody, I'll just quickly give you a brief overview of what I have done for my master thesis. My main focus was to study the depositional evolution of the forted paleo-karst breccia outcrop. For one of the two summer field campaigns, we had a tent camp up at the plateau east of Forte. Another objective of my thesis was to acquire GPR profiles. Most of the profiles were acquired by sitting on a sledge and being pulled by a scooter. But first, let me tell you more about the geology. Part of my study was to look at the beach outcrop at Rudmuspunten. As we have learned just before, we expect to find breccias related to the dissolution and collapse of the Minkenfjellet gypsum beds. I will not go into much more detail here. I'll just show you quickly my outcrop description. In the eastern section of the outcrop, we have the carbonate benches of the Minkenfjellet formation. Here they are displayed in pink. In light purple, we see some of the carbonate benches to indicate the tilt of the carbonates. The majority of the section is characterized by a green color, which represents the paleo-karst breccias. I would like to draw your attention now to the transition from the paleo-karst breccias to the Minkenfjellet carbonates. What we see here is that the dip of the carbonate benches and the dip of the transition are the same. This dip parallel transition is one of the characteristics for the base of evaporite paleo-karst breccias. What we see here is the paleo cave floor. Now we come back to the GPR. I'll only show you the profiles behind Rudmuspunten. I acquired profiles both parallel and perpendicular to the outcrop. For visualization and interpretation, I imported the profiles into Lime. To ensure a consistent interpretation, I introduced 3 GPR facies, colored in green, pink, and purple. The green-colored sections are characterized by diffracted signals, whereas the pink-colored areas show westward dipping reflectors. The purple sections are characterized by horizontal reflectors representing quaternary scree-slope deposits. These are only seen in the northern parts of the survey area. Now we will take one of the outcrop parallel profiles and change the position. By the way, sorry for not displaying the GPR facies on the profile. I forgot to do that. As a reminder, the left should be green, whereas the right should be pink. First observations are that the dipping reflectors in the east are aligning very well with the tilted carbonate benches. Displaying the outcrop interpretation shows that the transition from diffracted to dipping reflectors corresponds nicely with the transition observed in the outcrop. Hereby we can confirm that the GPR facies nicely correspond to the paleo-karst breccias and the Minkenfjellet carbonates. Flipping the GPR profile onto the virtual outcrop model nicely shows again how the GPR reflectors correspond to the outcrop observations. The last thing I'll show you for today is rather cute and of biological nature. In 2018, during summer field work, we had a polar bear mother with her cub come by to visit us 3 times. If you ever get to go to Fortet, you need to be careful. They like to relax on a flat behind the Rudmuspunten. If you then don't plan where to leave your equipment, you will get in trouble. As you can see, we were not prepared enough. Luckily, they only destroyed the water canisters and a sleeping mat. The survival suits, even though they were smelling of juicy, sweaty humans, were left untouched. Thank you all for listening and watching.